So Warhammer has gone through a lot of let's go with iffy. All right, thanks, item. Go fuck yourself. Let's say like iffy editions, where shit was not balanced and there were obvious outliers. They fixed it to a degree, and for the most part, it's balanced. Right now, it's not, because the new edition just came out, and until the other factions get the codex, it is not going to be balanced. But for a time, so as an example, a regular Space Marine would cost, I believe at the time it was like 18 points. So you get a 3-up armor save and a bolt gun that ignores 5-up armor saves, which is essentially useless, like, in all honesty. Because that means you ignore, like, orc armor saves, which, you know, you're not playing orcs for their armor save.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're ignoring a 5 or 6 on a 6-sided dice. That's not exactly amazing. But, and, strength 4, toughness 4, standard, everything else. So they were decent at range, and they kinda sucked in melee, because melee worked differently in this edition. But for 18 points, which was pretty expensive. Grey Knights...
So what you're getting.
Yeah, Grey Knights had, the Grey Knight Strike guy. The Grey Knight Strike guy, cost, 21 points, so... Not a whole lot more, like less than a quarter increase. What he got out of that was double the firepower of ranged. He's got double shots. You got a power sword, which ignored Space Marine armor saves in close combat, which is pretty strong.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
At range, you double their damage output. And in close combat, they just can't make saves against you. Where you get the saves on them.
For 3 points?
For a 4-point increase, which is not a lot when you're talking about the base price
Isn't it like
of 18.
3,000 for an army normally?
So at that point, the average army size for like regular players like 1,500. And tournaments was like 1,750 or 2,000, depending on the tournament.
Yeah, that's basically nothing for how much extra you're getting, essentially.
So then, that was kind of dumb. It was kind of balanced by like the heavy weapons they could get kind of sucked. I put kinda. They had one
that much of a downside.
They had one super good gun that people only took that one super good gun. They had some of the funniest rules in the game of this is dumb and it shouldn't be in the game. Because they are the Grey Knights, they don't have they're not just power swords, they're force swords because they're psychers. Force swords were only
They're rare, aren't they? Like, aren't force swords pretty rare?
It's less that they're rare. Yeah, so only librarians get it because to use a force sword you need to have psychic powers. Otherwise it's just a piece of shit sword.
Yeah.
So in the rules, that was balanced by force swords are really strong, but if you're a Space Marine player, you can only have at most 2 in your army.
Yeah.
And then you have Grey Knights, you're like, we
don't care about that.
We have like 100 force swords.
Yeah, because we're the Grey Knights.
So force swords had this stupid fucking rule called like activate force sword or some shit.
What? What?
It was like activate force. It was like activate or something. It was stupid.
Some bullshit.
Because again, like before Grey Knights were a thing, only librarians had it, and it was you know, you're not gonna take the librarian into close combat because, you know, he only has 2 wounds, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
To
keep him back, obviously.
where if you were to activate it, you would use a warp point, which at this time your mastery level was how many warp points you got. Librarians would have 1 or 2, so and you'd use that point on on smite, which smite just did guaranteed wounds that you couldn't save against, so it was really strong. So people would just
regen or the attack speed. What do you think?
Attack
probably
speed.
Just the regen.
Regen.
If we don't, I still don't have a fucking leech seed. Well, I guess I have one crit now.
I love how the game gets to the point where like you just kind of stop focusing on what's happening. Just like, you know, there's a different colored thing on the screen. Shoot it.
Yeah, I guess I'll just take the attack speed. That's fine.
Where everyone would only use smite because it did guaranteed wounds, and it was really good because you know guaranteed wounds is really good.
Yeah, not having to make a roll, really good.
You had to make a roll, but I mean, as a librarian, different. It was on 2 dice. Don't roll a nat 1. Don't roll snake eyes, and don't roll 2 6s. Yeah, if you didn't do that, you were good.
Fairly low chance.
If you activated it, what it would mean is if you got a wound, it would insta-kill.
Okay.
And the only things in the game that are immune to insta-kills were basically named characters. Everything else would die in the insta-kill. Okay. And that was considered as meh because everything in the game that you'd want to insta-kill, you know, your librarian is getting 1 or 2 swings hitting on probably a 5. Because if something you want insta-kill, it probably has a good weapon skill, so you're hitting it on a 5. So 2 dice that you need to roll a 5 or a 6 to hit it. And then you probably need to roll a 5 or a 6 again to wound it. So the odds of it landing were pretty fucking low, so it just wasn't used. Librarians got, or Grey Knights got that for the entire 10-man squad. So suddenly you have... You have a Grey Knight squad rushing into combat with, I mean, legit anything in the game, and it was, I'm gonna insta-kill it.
Yeah. That's why. You thought this was a good idea?
And then the added rule of, if it's a psyker thing, it's removed from play. Which means you don't live.
What?
You don't live! Even if you have the immortality rule, you die.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which, you know, meant like, oh, that
and no one realized this was a terrible thing for.
Well, no one in the devs realized it, and most people didn't play it just because, you know, they saw the Grey Knights as Mary Sue and then didn't care from that point. Because a lot of people like, you know, I want to play this character because lore is cool, and then they see the Grey Knights.
Yeah.
They see the Grey Knights, primarily Caldor Drago, like, he was the main perpetrator of them being Mary Sue. And they're like, I'm not gonna play him because they're Mary Sue. And then they don't look at the stats and see, like, this stupid shit.
Yeah, and then somebody does, and then it's just like, what the fuck is this shit?
Now, the stupidest thing in their book, was they could take Inquisitors and have the Inquisitor battle squad come with them. The limiting factor on this was they were considered elites, which meant you could only have 3 squads of them, and you know, it was 3 squads of like dudes with las guns, so not really that good.
I mean, yeah, but what's cool about the Inquisitors are they getting
now,
schools?
Hold on.
Literally
now, hold on.
Oh god.
There is a special Inquisitor named, I believe, Kodiaz, who his special rule was Acolyte squads are now considered troop choices. So you could take them as troop choices, which means you have up to 6 squads of them. For the most part, most of the Acolyte squads were whatever. You know, you can take a guy and you can outfit him with guns, where he quickly becomes way more cost than he's worth. And no one really picked them because they cost way more than they're worth. However, there were 2 really, really, really dumb options that were in the game, and if it started a meta because of how dumb it was.
Oh god.
It was called the Funky Monkey meta.
Oh god, no. What the fuck is this?
We should take the teleporter and leave.
Yeah, I'm just like, where the fuck is it?
I've been looking. There it is. See it. Found it. So the funky monkey meta was you would take a unit, an acolyte squad called Jakara Weaponsmith. Sounds cool. Jakaros are orangutans.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Like it's literally an orangutan.
Okay.
What happened to that Lemurian? He just died. What the fuck
know.
killed him?
Things just died. That's what I'm saying. Like things just die, and I don't understand.
So you know, you would take
tiny teleporter area.
Oh yeah, right. I kind of. You know, Malachite with tiny teleport area is kind of really scary.
They're dead. It's fine.
So you take the funky monkey squad, and the whole point of the squad was like, they're like Jakara weaponsmiths are the best weaponsmiths in the galaxy. No one can quite understand what they make. Hold on. No one can quite understand what they make because it's weird. Either A, it's just a pleasing upgrade that the Jakara made, or B, it just makes it super fucking good. And acolytes and Inquisitors like them because, you know, you might get a las cannon you shoot from your finger, you might get a shiny pistol, who knows? So they had one special. They had one special rule where it was they can upgrade other squads' guns. Where you select a squad nearby, and when you started, roll a die, and it'd give like all their guns like +1 strength or something or nothing. You know.
Yeah.
Then they had the other rule where they had every special weapon in the game, and they just chose that they fired every turn.
What?
So
what?
So you had a squad of like 13 dudes who can just kind of on a whim be like, I have 13 las cannons now. Goodbye everything that is. I mean, honestly, everything. 13 las cannons kills everything.
Like what? All right, yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I see. You decided to deep strike in your full assault squad next to my Jakaros because you don't like the 13 las cannons. Well, guess what? Now it's 13 heavy flamethrowers. Go fuck yourself.
The fuck?
So you charge the 13 flamethrowers, and then they get 13 heavy flamethrowers that just murder your squad in the charge because flamethrowers are not meant to be taken in squads of 13.
Yeah.
And these guys cost like 9 points per model.
What? Who thought it was a good idea to just let them get any single weapon they want?
People... So, there's a lot of rumors going around because no one really knows exactly why they were so strong, because it doesn't make sense because only they were, like, this strong.
Was it like an accident?
Everyone blames this guy called Matt Ward. Who, if you go into the fan base at all, everyone who knows anything about the lore loathes Matt Ward.
Okay.
He has, every single time he's been part of a codex, it is the most broken shit in that edition. Every time.
Great.
He also writes the stupidest lore in the game. Like, for example, the lore of Caldor Drago, like a regular Space Marine, taking on Mortarion, the Demon Prince Primarch in a fight and winning.
What?
And then, as like a fuck you, carving his master's name into Mortarion's heart.
Oh my god, there's so many things over here. So many blue orbs.
Hey, baby.
I mean, I gotta. There's one on the wall too.
So you know, shit like that. He's the Defiant Judge.
That's the shrine one, isn't it?
No, the shrine one's the like the bead one.
Why'd you only open like 2 of them?
I only see
open all of them.
I only see 3 here.
There's like so many more.
I don't see them. Yeah, they're not here for me. They're not even spawning the items.
Oh, yeah. They're not actually there. That didn't spawn anything, but it took my unicorn. Weird.
Cool.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of reds over here.
You're already there, holy fuck.
Yeah. Took like 3 jumps.
There's a good chance those are also fake.
Yeah, they're all fake. Or not
I
all
see
of them are
one.
fake,
I
but
see one.
there's a 3 reds.
Is it this one here? Happiest Mask.
Yeah, Happiest Mask, Cook,
yeah, these
and Regen.
I mean, all of those kind of
I
suck.
think it's just showing all the empty ones where they can spawn.
Oh, okay, maybe.
I guess.
You know, he's the one who made the Necron like 3rd edition codex, where their basic troop choice could kill anything in the game in one turn of shooting.
Fair.
Their basic infantry unit.
Yeah, fair.
So people do not like him, and I would say for good reason, because
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
all of his lore sucks. It's always like, you know, he's the one who made the Ultramarine Codex originally, where, you know, the Ultramarines are the best of the best. He said in the Codex that every other chapter of Space Marines wishes they could be more like the Ultramarines, and views Gilliman as their spiritual liege.
Heresy!
Which is just complete fucking heresy.
Bullshit, yeah. Just like, what?
Because he loved playing Ultramarines, so he wanted them to be good.
Well, why the fuck is this biased fucking guy getting to design the fucking game?
I don't know. No one knows. I've never seen a legit
Games Workshop makes no fucking sense as a company.
I've never seen anyone say like the actual reason. Like, I've seen jokes and shit or theories. I've never seen anyone say this. You know, I worked at GW. This is why.
Yeah, it's probably no one knows. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably nobody knows.
So, whenever he writes lore, it's always fucking stupid because he plays favorites really hard.
Obviously.
You know, we're gonna have a really hard time when he takes our items. Just
yeah. You can just get lucky and take the bad items.
He was in charge of the Grey Knight's Codex, and people were thinking that he was doing it because he wanted to like make something that was better than the Ultramarine, so he could say, "See, it's not that strong.
It's not biased." Some bullshit like that.
And that's what people are thinking, but obviously, you know, he hasn't said because everyone fucking hates him.
Yeah.
And even if he said something, would they believe it? Probably fucking not.
Yeah.
That's the theory, is that he wanted to, like, make something that was... To make it so if he played the faction that he made broken, that he liked more than the Grey Knights, that people wouldn't get mad at him for playing it.
The only question is, how is there no oversight, like, looking over the balance of these things? That's what the only question.
There is now. There wasn't back then, because back then they didn't view themselves as a gaming company. They viewed themselves as a model painting company that also has a game to go with it. So the balance of the game didn't matter to them. That has changed a little bit, where now they care about the lore a little bit, but they still view themselves primarily as a model company, because they make cool models. And some of the people have realized that, you know, if you make the game good, more people buy the models because they want to play the game.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're not done with the Grey Knights though. There's still like two stupid things that I remember.
Oh, I'm dead.
Bye. Because, you know,
I tried to double jump and I just got smacked through.
So, you know, they have the orangutans that can have any heavy weapon in the game, and they just kind of choose every turn they want. You know, I am doing like peanuts for damage.
Yeah. I think we're gonna lose because of the item steal.
So, you know, people hated the orangutans and they hated the funky monkey meta because it was, yes, you have gotten in range, have 13 las cannons. Yes, you got in close range, have 13 multi-meltas.
Yeah.
Literally anything in the game just dies, and it's, you know, it's so point worth.
Yeah.
There's
nothing you can do about it. Like, you can't stop it.
There was the unit that was probably the most open to just cheese, it was called the Crusader Squad, which the Crusader Squad was like 5 points. Ow! It was like 5 points. Okay,
that's what happened to me. Like, it was so instant, I was just like, what the fuck? Alright.
Let's do one more so I can finish the story.
Okay.
I'm gonna play fucking multi and play something that's good. Oh, nail gun, power sub, I guess. It was like 5 points per guy, and the stat line was just that of a guardsman. So, toughness 3, strength 3, weapon skill awful, ballistic skill awful.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about them is they also came for 5 points with a storm shield, which is a 3-up invul save, and a power weapon, which
why?
Which can be anything, any of the power weapons, because it specifies in the rulebooks that it says power weapon, it's whatever the model has, which opened up the thing of, you know, I have a 13-man squad of... I miss my items. I miss my items.
You've been in this round for 5 seconds. I miss my items.
So you had a 13-man squad of guys with storm shields. So 13 guys with 3-up invul saves, which is really fucking hard to break.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
With power axes, which meant in close combat, they had strength plus 5. They had strength 5, so they had strength of Space Marines, and AP 2, which means they penned any armor save in the game, including Terminator armor.
Reasonable.
Which meant what would happen is, you know, you would have like a full Terminator squad, be like, look at my Terminator squad, they're so cool. And then this squad of literal peasants, because they have 6-up armor save, would walk into your squad of Terminators. You would swing, not kill them because they have 3-up invuls, and they would swing and kill your entire squad because they ignore your armor. And it was like, cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, this was so dumb that I wanted to run it just to see, like, how fucking ridiculous it was. And I was going against a guy who was playing with Heresy, with the Heresy, Horus Heresy models. With it's being specifically stated that, you know, the game is meant to be played with other Horus Heresy, but is balanced and can be played at 40k. So he has Emperor's Children and he has Fulgrim.
Alright.
Fulgrim...
The peasant can 1v1 Fulgrim.
Well, not 1v1, but the Fulgrim...
I mean, basically.
Fulgrim charged the peasant squad and the peasant squad won. Because Fulgrim has a 4-up invul and a 3-up armor save, which means the Peds are making better saves than Fulgrim was.
Yeah, because...
Now...
That's just how it is, you know? Those peasants are just...
To add to the joke of this, normally what you gotta do is you bought the Crusader in a pack of 2 models for $40.
Oh, jeez.
Now, to be fair, I mean, it's not to be fair, at least they were cool models.
Alright.
Like, they looked
could be
cool.
Worse.
I've used them for D&D models a lot because they are cool models.
Gotcha.
But, you know, getting a squad of 13 of them at $40 per 2 is a lot of money. So what I did is I went to the Warhammer Fantasy and I bought the Bretonia Peasants because they have a axe and a shield. And that comes with 20 guys for like $30.
Easy enough.
And then there was a joke of, you know, they have a 6-up armor save and a shield and a power axe. They're just fucking peasants. And that was a joke, and it was really funny. And I didn't play them that much because it was, it was
not fun.
It's not fun.
Okay.
Like, A, it's not fun because, I mean, you know, either A, they do nothing and just walk across the field and are just a thing that they can't be interacted with by the enemy player. And they just walk across the field doing nothing because they don't have any ranged weapons and they don't have any special movement. Or they get into
TPs was it in the middle?
I would assume so. Or they get into close combat with a unit and just wipe the floor with it. So that's like the most broken shit they had. They had two other things that was really funny and also really dumb. Cause yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they? So they had a unit called the Emperor. No, it wasn't Champion. It was Emperor Champion's Black Templars. It was. I think it was just. I think it was just like Grey Knight Champion or some shit. Something really
weird.
Something really fucking generic because they're unnamed.
Yeah.
With their thing being that they are an unparalleled swordsman. They challenge the enemy warlord to a battle and kill them because they are super swordsmen and they are the best and Mary Sue blah 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 blah.
Yeah, typical I'm the best bullshit. So
they had two special close combat rules, where either A, you made an attack for every unit in base contact, which in 3rd edition was really good because most units had 1 or 2 attacks at most. So being able to get like 8 attacks with like a melee dedicated guy was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Or you could make like the base 2 attacks and then re-roll any failed armor saves for that turn, which again, pretty fucking good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Which that alone's pretty good. I think they're like 30 points. And it was a squad of 1 for an elite. So, you know, you only have at most 3 of them or other elites. So it was kind of a, do I use my elite slot on this?
Yeah.
Where the fuck's the teleport?
Yeah, like, where is it? Like, what?
We just missed it over there?
I guess we did. You looked all the way over the ledge, right?
So, they had a special rule that, if they died in close combat, they can gather the resolve for one final strike at the heart of the enemy.
Didn't look all the way over.
I guess I didn't. What this translated to was make a leadership check of, roll less than a 10 on 2 dice. So, odds are you'll do that.
Yeah.
And if you did that, choose a model in base contact, remove it from play.
Okay. They really like that, apparently.
Really liked it for Space Korean, so. So, that started the stupid-ass fucking thing of, I'm gonna send my 30-point model to fight your... Oh god, I'm gonna die. Ah! I got thrown off the edge and I just got spawned in front of, like, all the ghosts, so I had... not a lot of health.
We're good, we're good.
That's all the super thing of, I'm gonna go have this 30-point guy go fight your 200-point demon prince, and, oh, you killed me because you're just, you're a 200-point model going against 30-point model? Guess what? I made my leadership check, he's dead.
Yeah, it's really done.
Nothing you can do against it. Which got really, really dumb when you added in the fact he could do it to vehicles.
Okay, you want to know what I just realized?
What?
I have more HP than I did last game. Already.
Yeah, that's right.
With just Neural. That's fucking sad.
So, like, there's a model in the game called the Riptide. It's a really fucking cool Tau mech. Because Tau are fucking space weeaboos, and it's a really cool fucking mech.
Yeah, it's like one of the main mechs, isn't it?
For Tau, yeah.
Not like the main, for Tau, like the main bigger unit.
Until you get to like Titans, it's when they're cool.
Yeah, that's not a Titan. Like, it's basically like their tank. That's not tank.
So you have that thing, which it's really fucking cool, and it's at the time like one of the most expensive models in the game, and you have this fucking dipshit 30-point guy, who comes up to its like ankle, somehow one-shot it.
Why?
And it was just so dumb.
Yeah. It just hurts to hear, but just like, why can't we just let super heavy things like that actually be super heavy things?
But they are now, like...
Not even like super heavy, but like, you know what I mean,
money,
like actual tanky stuff be tanky.
I've just realized we
yeah.
do share money. I haven't been...
Yeah, I looked at that a while ago. Which I really wanted to fix for stuff because it's super good for me.
That's it for like the dumb shit. There's the other like Mary Sue, but also not Mary Sue, but also really Mary Sue character, Castellan Crow.
I feel like I've heard this one before.
I probably told you it because it's a stupid story.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't remember exactly what it is.
So Castellan Crow is a member in the Grey Knights chapter of the Purifier group. Because basically, the Purifier group numbers, like, I think usually at most it's like 90 something because it has a lot of deaths.
Mm.
And the Purifiers are like, as the name suggests, the purest of the pure. You know, well, you know, like no Grey Knight has ever fallen to Chaos's taint. Blah, 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 blah. These are like the super non-taint Grey Knights.
Yeah.
Where like just
like
their
the elite Grey Knight, basically.
It's not even elite. It's just like their mere presence, because it is so pure, burns demons alive because it's just so pure.
Right.
So he's the head of this group.
Okay.
Now, as the head, he was given like the duty of watching over this demon artifact sword. That it is said that if basically whatever the demon has been like not being watched over by the Purifier, it's like destroyed entire planets because it's such a smirt sword.
Alright.
And it'll like, you know, it'll corrupt a guy, and it's so smirt it will like, you know, lead him to throwing the entire planet to chaos or some shit.
Okay.
And like the only being who can like deal with its chaos taint is Crow himself.
Right.
And like his purity is so pure that he dampens like its chaotic corruption, so it can't corrupt around him, and it can only attempt to corrupt him. But he's Crow, so it's not gonna corrupt him.
What?
And like they can't
like chaos isn't chaos anymore just for this one guy.
And like they can't like leave it like in a vault because it has this aura, and it'll like corrupt a server door or some shit, and then it'll get free or something else, and that's why Crow has to use it. And then Crow to hold it, he has to always grip it as tight as he can, because the sword has a mind of his own, and if he doesn't grip it as tight as he can, it might stab him! Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
Like, that's so lame. Ooh. It's just like, who the fuck cares? Like... You're not holding me as tight as you can. You're gonna drop me and stub your toe.
But Crow must listen to it, because in the sea of lies and chaos taint it spews, every once in a while it tells the truth of a demon's true name, and then he used that true name to murder the demon. Because like it's a demon sword, and it hates the other demons because it's like its own chaos god or some shit. It's not with the other chaos gods. It's really fucking dumb.
What? Okay.
So, and then Crow knowing that, like, you know, if he has to use the sword in combat, because if he doesn't, it will like kill him if he's not using it or something. He can only use it, but because it's a demon sword, he can't use its powers. So that means in close combat, he uses just a sharpened metal stick.
What? Oh, there it is.
Because he can't use, like, the powers of the demon. So, for all intents and purposes, when he's fighting, it's just a regular sword. not power or anything, just a regular fucking sword. Which is funny when you...
of course, he wins, right?
Yeah, he wins. He wins every fight because he's the best duelist ever.
Right.
Which is fucking hilarious when, you know, it's like he fights a demon prince and he kicks his fucking ass with just a metal stick.
Good luck. Good luck.
Now, like, some of his lore is, like, the lore of what he does, that's not why he does it, what he does is cool. Like, there was one time where he found an Eldar craft world that had fallen to demons. So he goes on there and he kills all the demons because, you know, the Grey Knights, like, that's kind of their fucking
that's
job.
their thing. Yeah.
So, you know, whatever. You know, he went with his squad of 100 Crusaders, and a lot of them died during it. So whatever.
Yeah. I mean, typical 40k stuff. Everyone dies.
And then, you know, when they finish killing the demons, they're like, all right, we're gonna go leave now. I was like, no, we must wait here to return this to Eldar because, you know, this is important to them.
What?
Because
what?
Not every Space
like,
Marine's like a xenophobic
I mean,
ass.
yeah, but like they wouldn't be like, we're just gonna wait here for them to come back. They'd just be like, sure, we're gonna leave it, and whatever happens, happens, basically. That's probably what would actually happen.
According to lore, he stood
Yeah,
guard.
well, yeah, that would reasonably happen.
He stood guard over, waiting until the Eldar showed up, and then the Eldar were like, "Wow, thanks, dude, you saved all the Spirit Stones. Now we can, you know, basically revive them because Spirit Stones and Wraithguard."
Yeah.
And then he made, you know, the Eldar were like, maybe the Monkey aren't complete total fucking assholes, maybe.
And then some stupid shit happened next, and they're like, we hate these guys.
Yeah.
Pretty much the typical
I love
Eldar things.
I love 40k lore because on one hand, you have, like, the Horus Heresy book series. It's like 40 fucking books of super good lore. I forget what that does. I don't think it's useful. Isn't it like it gives a buff around this thing?
Oh yeah, the buff one. It spawns the thing in the ground.
Yeah, I don't think it's like super useful.
It could be worse, I think.
But you have that where it's like, you know, there's 20 book series, each book like 400 pages long. All of it super good, interesting lore that expands the universe massively. And then you have shit.
Yeah.
And then you have shit in the Harlequin Codex where it's like, the High Lords of Terra have learned not to get their way to the Harlequins because you're not going to succeed because they're being guided like by their god to do what they're going to do. So you're not going to succeed in stopping them unless you stopping them's part of the plan. So they pass the rule of, if you see Harlequin, just fucking let them do what they're doing. Don't shoot them, just let them go. But they then didn't release what the Harlequins, you know, look like.
Okay.
So you have the Imperial Guard who are like, if you see a Harlequin, just let them go. We've been told not to fight them because it's not worth the effort. What do they look like? What race are they?
But make sure you let them go.
Make sure you let them go!
Bye!
Bye!
Your problem now, fuckers! I'm gonna die.
Which then, you know, expands to the fact where they don't know what they look like, so it's like, well, it's Xeno, you kill it!
Yeah.
I forget, like, the exact lore thing, but I remember that trials, like judge court trials, are so absolutely fucking ludicrous.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because, basically, like, the book of laws is, like, rewritten or has new rules added, like, every single day.
Yeah.
So, like, the only ones who have any idea what the rules are, like, the judges who spend literally their entire life doing it. And even then, I mean, it's like, you know, the law book is like 8,000 pages of laws.
Yeah.
And that's not counting, like, the supplement pages for, like, the exceptions for all this. So, usually what happens if someone breaks the law, either A, the Arbites just go, you broke the law, and then they beat the shit out of them because they're judged, right? Or they go to the judge, and the court will take about, like, 80 years to reach a conclusion. Which, you know, usually if you're in the Imperial world and you know, you can be arrested, you're not gonna live 80 fucking years.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking die in your prison cell.
So,
for sure.
What then happens is, whatever they decide the outcome is then sentenced on your offspring.
Oh,
without them, you know, knowing why, because the Arbites just show up and go, you're under arrest! and they go, why am I under arrest? And the Arbites go, your great-great-grandfather stole a shoe! And you're under arrest for not going for resisting arrest for the past 300 years. And they go, what?
What? I wasn't alive.
And then they go, I want a hearing. And the Arbites go, here we go again.
And then the same fucking
and then
thing
it
again.
repeats.
The endless cycle
with
going to court.
With, of course, the laws having changed. So it's another 80 fucking years.
And every day of those 80 years, the laws
are changing. Like, see, this is the kind of shit I want to make, like, fucking videos about.
Yeah.
Like, just the stupid shit in 40k.
TP's over here, I think.
Okay. I'm coming.
If I remember it.
I
do remember it.
Let's see. Like, 40k is full of so much stupid shit.
Yeah, it's just stupid shit like that make just, like, is totally believable in the 40k universe, but, like, if you didn't know 40k, it wouldn't be that funny.
Fuck it!
It's hilarious.
Yeah! No!
Oh, God.
Well,
you're gonna take fucking 70 reduced damage. Can you just take 1 damage from everything?
Ox, hit me. Yes.
God damn it.
That's...
Right, that's tank everything, and you got Saw Blade?
Yeah.
Right now. Oh, man.
Did I tell you about Angsty Fabius Bio?
Yeah, that's the one who, like, captured, what's his name? Isn't that, like, basically Batman, right?
No, that's someone else. That's a Night Hunter.
And what's in?
Okay, so Fabius Bio, lovingly referred to by the community as Fabulous Bill, is a Thousand Suns a Chaos Marine who's been alive since the pre-heresy.
Okay.
He is really, really fucking old.
Yeah.
Basically, the way he's done this is he is basically the best apothecary ever.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm dead.
You're dead.
Fucking... I hate that enemy.
Well, joke's on you, I take 1 damage.
Oh, I really like Bandolier. You're dead. Fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Anyway, and basically, he's discovered how to, transfer his mind to new bodies. So he has clone bodies hidden throughout the entirety of the galaxy, and when he dies, his mind is shunted to one of them.
Okay.
He is the one responsible for the Noise Marines, like, he made them.
Alright.
And a lot of other things. He's very, very good at, like, biology and shit. He's very good at it. Hey, Gojers, we're talking about 40k. One of the things he was doing is he was trying to clone the Primarchs. He did a really good job.
That's surprising.
So, the first one he did is he was recreating Horus. This one,
okay.
As far as we're aware, he made a Horus clone that had all of Horus's memories, but not his, like, strength. Because when the Emperor killed Horus, he killed Horus.
Yeah.
Like, disintegrated his soul.
Yeah,
there is nothing left of him.
Yeah, knew about that.
So it's basically that this Horus was way the fuck weaker because he didn't have Horus's soul. Because that shit was just gone. So Abaddon, like, asked him to make Horus, and he's, because I want my dead back, because I'm Abaddon.
Yeah.
And then he sees the Horus, clone, and he's like, "You're not my real dad," and he kills it.
What the fuck?
And then he goes, "You did a terrible job, Fabius Bio. I'm gonna kill you." And the Fabius, "What? you asked me to do this, jackass."
Yeah.
And then
like at a half reasonable person, basically.
And then Horus then trashes Fabius's lab, and like all of his other cloning things he has going on. So
I guess I'll save it for gold chest. Or we have equal Novanoni, never mind.
So then Fabius Bile then, runs away, dies, goes to the clone body, and then says, "Well, fuck you then, I'll make a new base with blackjack and hookers."
Yeah.
He starts up a new cloning base, and then Fulgrim comes out to him. He's like, "Hey, Fabius, I heard that you made an actual Horus clone." Fabius like, "Yeah, I did." Fulgrim's like, "Could you make a clone of Vulcan so I can try it?" Or sorry, not Vulcan. Ferrus Manus, so I can try to corrupt him to chaos again. And then Fabius like, "Yeah, sure, why not? I don't like you, but you're also a Primarch. And you're my dad, so
not really gonna say no, basically.
Not gonna say no. So he makes a Ferrus Manus clone, and as far as anyone can tell, it's Ferrus Manus like perfectly, like the metal arms and everything.
2.0, basically.
Like everything. And then Fulgrim's like, "Ferrus, join me, Chaos. It's cool. We have cookies here." And then Ferrus is like, "No, I am loyal to the Emperor forever." And then Fulgrim goes, "Ah!" and kills him. And then he goes, "Do it again!" And then he goes, "Do it again, Fabius. I want to try again." And then Fabius is like, "Okay." It makes another Ferrus.
Same thing happens.
The same thing happens. Repeat like 13 times. and then Fulgrim's like, "You're making bad Ferruses," and then destroys his lab there too.
God damn it. Why are they so fucking stupid?
And then Fabius like, "No, it's just that's Ferrus. You can't convince him, my dude."
Yeah.
And then Fabius goes on his adventures of trying to learn, like, the secrets of organic life and other shit. Of like, wow, if you take out their heart, they die. Our gold chest. Oh, right. We have to save up, right?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot we share.
I said that, I was like, oh, wait, I'm gonna save it, and I'm like, oh, wait, we share money. Never mind.
So, you have that, and he goes to have his own thing. Some shenanigans happen. A lot of shenanigans happen. As in, like, 4 books of shenanigans happen. And then he like, finds himself on, like, one of his abandoned labs where he had been destroyed. And he goes in there, and then he finds a clone vat that's still functioning, somehow.
What? Okay.
Like, after Horus crashed it, there's still one there, somehow. And inside is, like, a perfect Fulgrim clone that's still a baby. Because it was in stasis, I guess, for, 10,000 years, which is in stasis.
Okay.
And then at this point, Fulgrim's like off on his pleasure roll, like doing literally nothing, just having sex with space hookers. Because he's Fulgrim.
Yep.
And Fabius is like, I'm gonna make a new Fulgrim who's better than the old Fulgrim. I'll raise him to not be a little fucking shit. So he releases the Fulgrim clone. Brilliant Behemoth. Neat. He releases the Fulgrim clone, and the Fulgrim clone is like, I'm a kid. Hey Fabius, I remember, I like you, because you're my favorite son. And Fabius is like, ah, he's perfect.
Oh my god.
Cue like 300 pages of Fabius sneaking away to like teach Fulgrim how to not be a little shit, but doing an awful job at it because, you know, he's a Chaos Marine, not exactly a beacon of sanity.
Yeah.
Adaptive chest. Oh yeah, this is I want That was a bad one.
That's good for me.
So while at the same time there are other Emperor's children on his ship, where basically like he knows for a fact they're going to backstab him because they're Chaos Marines. That's kind of what they do.
Yeah.
And they're only using him to get something, so I can't show them the Fulgrim clone or they'll kill him, which isn't at all what they would do because they would see their dad and they'd be like, Dad!
Yeah, yeah.
So he's like, he's hiding him away in like a laboratory and be like, you can't leave here. But it's like, I want to leave. I'm Fulgrim. It's like, no, you can't leave. He's like, but I wanna. And he's like, and Fight was like, he's gaining Fulgrim's like impetuousness and not listening to orders. Like, or just hear me out. Give him a fucking reason.
Yeah.
You know, he's a kid. Give him a reason why he can't do something.
Yep.
Fulgrim.
Yeah, I don't think Space Marines would be very good parents. That's
Yeah,
probably why.
Fulgrim grows to like young adulthood in like, you know, a month because he's a Primarch. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, he's now like 12-foot tall Fulgrim, and Fabi's like, stay in the lab. You can't leave. And he's like, but why? He's like, I'm trying to protect you. He's like, I'm like,
I'm a Primarch. I can protect myself.
He's like, I'm a Primarch. I'm like 99% certain I'm stronger than you.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen to me. I am your new dad. I'm trying to protect you. He's like, protect me from what? Listen to me. You know, just.
So ridiculous.
Repeat this for a while.
Yeah.
Fabius Bill arrives on a planet, and on this planet he was told that there's a lost like tithe of the Emperor's children gene seed when they were still loyal. So it's like a pure gene seed that he can use to make good Marines, not the shit he makes. That is honestly, frankly, kind of horrifying if you read like what he was doing to make Chaos Marines at the time. Where basically it was like, as far as 40k is concerned, not that bad, but you know, we're not in 40k, we're in the real world, so what he did is kind of bad. Where it's basically like he would kidnap women and then turn them into just basically birthing chambers. Still sentient, still conscious, aware of everything, but all they can do is give birth to Chaos Marines who rip themselves out of them because they're full-grown Chaos Marines.
What the fuck?
And then, you know, they slowly heal back the wound of being ripped apart. You know, kind of bad.
Oof.
So, you know, he finds out, oh my god, I can have actual gene seed and make, like, actual Chaos Marines who aren't insane.
Yeah.
Well,
Where's the TP, by the way?
I don't know. So he goes to the planet, and he goes there, and he does some shenanigans of like, this isn't dust. This is actually an AI life form that is getting power from the sun, and you know the guys are like, what?
Yeah, what?
What? And he goes, well, you see, if we were to block off the sun from this area, it would open up. It would take us in. And they're like, what? How'd you figure that out? It's like, you're just an idiot. That's why you didn't figure it out. So, like, he basically has his ship just fucking ram the dust, and it gets out of the way because it's defending itself. And then he goes in, and it's like, oh no, this is actually Necrons. Which, at this point, the Chaos Marines hadn't met Necrons yet. So they don't know what the fuck's going on. So Fabius goes find them, and he watches one of the shots hit a Chaos Marine and just disintegrates. He's like, huh, that's not good. Meh. And then he's like, I wonder how they work, as he watches like one of them get ripped to pieces and reassemble itself. That's interesting. Hey, you, other Chaos Marine, give me his head. I want to see how it works. He's like, really? No, like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the head. It's like, fine, whatever. Gives him a head. Fabius Bio, like, spends like...
No, I just found a share in the mountain.
Unfortunate. Fabius Bio... you know, I'm still taking, like... Oh, I'm actually dying. I was about to say, I'm still taking very little damage, but, like, 8 blazing great wisps all shoot me at once kind of hurts.
Yeah.
So, he gets ahead, and he's like, wait a minute! This isn't right! There's no technology in here! This doesn't make sense! Because, you know, the Necrons were, by as far as, like, anything is concerned, literal...
just, like, got up to the boss and just died to fire instantly.
Yeah. Like I said, they actually hurt. You know, as far as, like, anything in this universe is considered, literal gods put them in that form. So it's...
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, when one of them died as, like, you know, his last fuck you, he cursed the entire species with an unremovable curse of the flayed ones. And another one, when he was brought into the universe, was like, I'm gonna make sure every single sentient species in the galaxy always fears the Reaper. And he made it so that every single sentient species ever will always have the Grim Reaper as, like, their death god. So they're all terrified of him. So again, as far as, like, the universe is concerned, literal gods.
Yep. So
he's like, wait a minute, how does this sound? There's no wires here, that can't be. And then he's like, fuck it, not worth the effort. And throws it away. Some more shenanigans happens. He gets to the end, and you find out, well, this is actually Trazen's, like, treasure world, where he has, like, all of his, you know, his collection.
Okay.
Which Trazen being the guy who just, like, collects shit that he thinks is neat. Trazen's a whole nother just hilarious character. Alien head. And he goes up to Fabius, like, you are now trapped here, I'm adding you to my connection. He's like, but wait! And they start having, like, back and forth arguments, and Trazen's like, I like you. I'm not gonna keep you in stasis, I'm gonna keep you here just so I can talk to you, because you're fun to argue with. And Fabius like, hold on. I have clone buddies I can give you, and you can take them instead. I use my brainwaves and talk to that one instead. And then Trazen's like, sure. Why not? I shall let you leave for an exchange for the body and the clone brain. I will let you take the tithe of the gene seed. You can leave. And Fabius is like, cool. And then he leaves.
That's a good start.
Wow, that's a good start. That was the opposite step. And then you know he goes back on his ship with his tithe, And when he gets back, the revolt happens, where they're gonna kill him because they want him. Fulgrim sees like, no, I must save Fabius. I like him, and he goes in, kills basically all of the 1,000 of the Emperor's children that were gonna betray him because again he's Fulgrim.
Yeah. And
basically just mops the fucking floor with them. Fabius sees this and goes, "You didn't listen to my commands!" And he goes, "You're gonna become just like the other Fulgrim. This is pointless. Treason! Take him instead!" And Treason's like, "What?" "Or I'm making a change our deal. You don't get my body, but you can take him." And Treason's like, are you sure?" "I won't say no, because it's a Primarch, but
yeah.
Are you sure?" And then Fulgrim was like, "Wait, what?" And then Treason, snaps his finger and locks him in a stasis thing on his planet. And Treason goes, "Well, thanks for the fucking mint condition Fulgrim. No takes backs." And then he fucks off. And that's how Fabius Bill, lost a Primarch. Because he's an angsty little shit. I mean, I don't know how Bellis is coming. That's what happens. It's like, he sees Fulgrim, who disobeyed his order, for the reason of he knew Fabius would die if he didn't.
Yeah.
And he wanted to save Fabius because he liked Fabius. And then he was like, "You're just gonna become like the other Fulgrim, and you're worthless because of it." Treason, instead of taking this useless body that has no benefit to me, and this brain scan that, again, has no real impact on me.
Flush share. It's better than nothing.
That, again, has no real impact on me. Take fucking this fully functioning Primarch who could single-handedly, change the course of the universe.
Nah, lock him in the lab.
Lock him in the lab.
He'd do nothing.
Yeah, that's, well, great on Thanksgiving. That's the story of Fabius, one of the many stories of Fabius Bill. There's the time where he somehow got to Kamara, the Dark Eldar home.
Okay.
Which, that's really fucking rare.
Yeah, yeah.
Got there, didn't die, made a deal with one of the homunculus covens to become an honorary member, and then learned the Dark Eldar secrets.
Right.
Which,
sure.
This isn't
fucking, that doesn't happen, the upgrades is outside of fucking Dark Eldar. It just doesn't happen, basically, right?
Yeah, they don't take outsiders because they view every outsider as insignificant animal, as either a slave, or B, good meat to use for something.
Yeah, exactly. They'll have some use that's not becoming a friend.
So, yeah, he learns all their secrets, and then he's like, "I've learned everything I can from you, I'm gonna lay a bomb, fuck you!" And then he leaves.
Right.
And then and now that Among Us Coven's hunting him down.
Yep.
And they try 5 different times, and then Fabius outsmarts him every time. And one of them he outsmarts a black hole.
How the fuck do you outsmart a black hole?
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah. God, bullshit can happen.
Yeah, sure. So, the homunculus guy is like, "I have you cornered. Here is, I am projecting my face to this rack," which is basically just a mutant thing that they've broken mentally. And you sort of walk. Doesn't matter. I am projecting my mind to the rack, and on this mind, I am going to tell you how much of an idiot you are, because I'm a Dark Elder. I think very highly of myself. Blah, 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 blah. By the way, did you notice that this guy actually has inside of him a fucking star that's about to go critical mass and become a black hole? I'm so smart. I'm not gonna explain how I did it. I did it though. Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
And then, Fabius like, oh no, there's a black hole being created like 6 inches away from me. I have to get away. And then, the dark outer eye, and now we shall escape through this webway gate we have here. And then Fabius like, a webway gate, you say, haha! And then he kills the dark outer and gets to the webway gate. And that's how.
What is your webway gate there? Like what?
So, the explanation is Fabius during his like, you know, I got to Kamra through the webway gate. Don't ask me how. I did it. During that, he went to basically all the unknown exits of the webway gate because it's basically a maze essentially. And there's a lot of places that even the Outer don't go just because it's either A, demon infested, or B, it's just not anywhere useful. He went to basically all the ends of the webway gates and then put like his labs there on the other end of the doorway.
Shit.
So the M was like, we're gonna go to this lab and beat it there because the webway gate there, and he happened to be there, and blah 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 blah. Very, very convoluted fucking reasoning, but that's what happened.
Yeah, alright. Good to go, I think?
Yeah. There was something else that was really dumb that was, like, related to what I was talking about. I wanted to bring it up because it was really funny. And I forget what it was. But I don't want to, like, interrupt my story just to go off on a tangent. Can I cleanse, like, his debuff? His heal debuff?
Yes, I don't know how that works. I was just gonna die quick enough. Maybe.
It does not work that way. What was it? Tired brain work.
Yeah, I kind of just started coming out of it because numbness started like seriously wearing off, so it's like, starting to hurt a bit. It's not great.
Wait, what is?
My tooth.
Oh.
It's like not like horrible pain or anything, but just like I'm starting to feel it, and it's kind of just like that. This isn't what it's supposed to be, basically. Not a great feeling.
What was the stupid shit? Just imagine making the
shrine here we missed.
Yeah.
How did we miss that shrine?
I don't know. I'm just imagining making the SFM of like, you know, the Arbites arresting a guy. It's like 80 years later.
Yep.
Kicks open the door. You're under arrest for your great grandfather's crimes. I want a trial. Here we go again.
Around 384, 3,000 years later.